Coach, how do you feel about your past season?
Well, it's been a very rewarding season for us. It's one that I would not have been able to lay my job on the line saying we were going to win 9 ball games. I couldn't have done it before the year. And it's been we were hoping definitely to have a winning season, you know, for the first time in a long time. And it's just been an excellent season as far as the way things turned out are concerned.
Well, can you say how you brought a losing Florida State team around to be a winning one?
No, I can't. Number one, we've got some real fine assistant coaches that I think know what they're doing, and they work very hard at football, spend a lot of time on it. And even more important than that is the attitude of our players, who knew what they wanted to accomplish and had confidence that they could do it, and were willing to work to do it. I've been really impressed with our players, just like preparation for the bowl during finals, and some of them knowing they will not go to the Tangerine Bowl. You can't take them all. And yet their attitude has still been unbelievable. I have not had a single complaint, and it's that type of attitude that's made us a winner this year.
What about your attitude when you came to Florida State?
Well, of course, my attitude was great because I like Florida State. See, I'd coached down here before, and anybody who was there, I've never seen anybody that lived in Tallahassee that didn't love Tallahassee. It's one of the finest cities in the world to live in, and so it was a great opportunity to come back home, you know.
What's the main point of your coaching philosophy? The
main point? Oh, I like to get. I want boys that are. I want tough boys that will pay the price to win, and to be thankful for that they've got the opportunity to play football, and that will take the attitude of what can I do for the university and athletics instead of what can you give me. I just don't like this whole idea of, well, what can you do for me all the time? What can you do for me? And I think we've got the kind of boys that are willing to give of themselves, and I think that's what it takes to win.
You said as your objectives the first of the year that you wanted to get the Florida State team into the top 20 and also land a bowl bid. You've done both.
Well, that is, I really felt like trying to get Florida State back on top where we want to be, that we have to take it step by step. We told our boys, you've got to crawl before you can walk, and you've got to walk before you can run. We can't just start running immediately. So our first goal had to be to get into the top 20, not into the top 10. Oh, we'd love to be in the top 10, but we've got to be realistic too. We will strive to get in the top 20. If we get into the top 20, we should get a bowl, because usually there's usually 22 or 24 slots for bowl people. So we get into the bowl, and then that's 2 objectives. Now next year our objective will be higher.
What about your rapport with the boys? Do they look at you in any image other than being coach? I
don't know. I will say this: I've raised 4 sons myself, and I think that helps in coaching. A man who's never raised children, never raised sons, and I've even had the opportunity to coach my sons. I've coached 3 of my sons in college. Had one of them for 4 years, had one of them for 2 years, and had another one for 2 years. See. And so I think that's helped me a lot to understand these young men. And I still make mistakes with them, and there's some that probably appreciate me, and there's some I'm sure that don't. And but again, that's the only philosophy I have in dealing with men. Try to treat them like my own sons. I try to do that.
What about your family? Coaching is a hard job, and you're away from your family a lot. Does this have any effect on your life at home?
Yeah, my life not at home. That's the toughest thing. Well, that's one of the bad things about coaching, is being away from home. You get the feeling you're helping other sons, but not your own. I think all coaches get that feeling. We're out speaking to banquets, we're out visiting prospects, we're out visiting other homes, we're out practicing, we're going to California. Well, how about your own children, you see? And I just hope and pray that somebody's talking to mine, because I'm talking to somebody else's. And that is one of the bad things, being away from your wife and children as much as we are. But then we just have to try to compensate by even in July. We try to use that as a vacation month or something with our children, where I don't take any speaking engagements or anything, and just try to go solid that time with our family, so that it helps make up for being out so much during the season. Plus, any trip I ever make, I always try to get back home at night. Mm-hmm. Some people always spend the night and come the next morning. I won't do that. If I have to get back at 4 at night, I'll try to get back at night, where at least I can have breakfast with my family.
Well, how involved is your family in your coaching duties as far as games are concerned, when you win or you lose? Oh,
that's a very good question there, because they are totally involved, whether they want to be or not. And the unfair thing about the adversity of coaching is to the family, not to the coach. In other words, if something goes wrong in my area, I can always go hide in the office. I can go to the office, lock my door, and come out there and cuss out the assistant coaches, and kick the dog and everything else. But your children and your wife, they can't hide. They got to go to school. They've got to go to their social events. And if things are not going good for you, people might be rude to them, But so therefore, they are totally involved, and they have the same effect on winning and losing I have, because they can't stand it when we lose. They're very happy when we win.
You're a deeply religious person. Does that have any effect on your coaching and also maintaining the family life?
Well, I think religion plays a big part. There's no doubt, and I don't want people to. I just have to be careful. I don't want people think that I think I'm perfect. I'm not even. I'm not. I try to be good, but I'm not. But I could not do it without religious faith. I could not do it, really. I mean, there's too many things that happen that will scare you off and make you want to run, hide, or quit. But I do have deep faith that things are going to work out for the best. That's what I was always taught, and that's what I believe, and that sustains me. Is that what keeps your motivation going through the tough times that you've had? Yeah. Now the motivation is there because I want to win. That's just a great desire there. And football is a great. It's just a great vocation, profession for somebody who likes to compete and wants to win. You see, but then you need. It's when you lose, well, you better have something to back you up with. Were you always competitive as a younger child? Is that the key to being a good coach? Is that you have to be competitive? Yeah, I always kick my dog every time he'd turn around. I'd whip him every day. But yeah, naturally, it's funny. I was born behind a football field in a house. Now, not in the weeds. Born in a house, but we were right behind a high school football field where I went to high school. So as a youngster, I was always watching them play and watching the band march. So I guess that gets in your system. We moved from there when I was about 6 years of age onto a campus of a college up in Alabama. So again, I was able to see the football being played every afternoon and the band, and I think it became a part of my life early, because my father was not a football player or a coach, and not my family, any members of my family, you see. So anyway, but there's always been that great desire to be a player and a coach, and it just happened that way. Well, you're in the limelight now. They want you for Pope, and they want to run you for governor. How do you feel about all the praise you're getting now? I'll tell you what, see, I've been in this business a long time, and I've been on both ends of it. If you're in coaching long enough, you're going to have good years. Coaching long enough, you're going to have good years, and you're going to have bad years. I've had bad years. This year we had a good year. And it's like the old program years ago, was it Queen for a Day? Or King for the Day? You know what I'm talking about. Right. Well, that's the way coaching is. We're king for the day. Tomorrow, boom, could be right down the other way. We're not going to let that happen, but I've been in it long enough to know it can happen, and you better enjoy it while you can, because it's only a year-to-year thing.